Alright, y'all, today's video is pretty uncut. I just figured I want to record a video more so than what I'm gonna say, but if anything, this is more gonna be just me discussing like what you would expect if you ever pursued entrepreneurship or just online ventures in general. So I'm here at my work desk just getting some work done. Usually I have daily tasks in my Notion, so I usually journal on Notion and on a piece of paper. And usually my piece of paper is kind of me expressing my thoughts of what's going on, and on Notion is really just where I plan out my day, right? So I had gym and 2 mile run, did that. Then I have 160 grams protein every day for now. Since I'm cutting, I'm doing 160. Usually it'll be like 175, 180. But there's that 1 hour of product research, read at least 10 pages, record videos for each of my products, record a YouTube video. Then I got to message some creators, and journaling, keeping up with my studies. And I always do a nightly finance check to see how much money I've spent throughout the day, so I can really track how much I spend. And also I plan out tomorrow's schedule before I go to bed. So those are all the tasks I have for the day. And usually at the end, there's this thing I put where it says check this box before sleeping, and I don't sleep until I check that box. So I would highly recommend anybody else that wants to try something like this, highly recommend you get yourself something on Notion where you can just write down all the stuff you've planned for the day, and then you just end up knocking all of them out. So for those of you that don't know, I just quit my job, my 9 to 5, to go all in on ecom. Either this works and I am gonna be financially free, or I'm gonna get like so broke that I'm gonna have to like start washing dishes or some shit. It's one or the other, and it's the risk I'm willing to take. I don't want to half-ass my shit because I have work, because I have this and that, and I don't have all the attention for this. Because mind you, when I'm working 10-12 hour shifts, and I was like, no, fuck that. Because if I work 10-12 and I have MMA, college, and gym, so you add MMA, which is another hour, college stuff, couple hours, gym another 2 hours, and don't forget the commute and all that. So I barely had time, and I usually post videos when I'm working because I already have them recorded. But now I was like, you know what, that is actually just tragic. So I just started saving up money, and now I have enough to where I'm just gonna focus on this and make this grow. And a lot of successful people, especially our age, I'm 19, and a lot of people in the teenage early 20s, best thing they've always preached was mindset. If you've had the mindset that, hey, I want to do this, I want to do it this way, and all that stuff, it's going to happen. There's this thing called the law of attraction, right? You attract what you want. So I want to be financially free. I want to have the nicest cars. I want to, have a good life. I don't want to say easy life or a happy life, because I think I would just be bored as shit if I had a happy life, easy life. But I definitely want a good life, and use that to just keep bettering myself. And I guess this is God's way of testing me, seeing should I really do this, because I'm literally risking everything for this to work. So there's that. One thing I'll add on to all of this is, if you're an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur that wants to go down this rabbit hole, you should always believe in yourself. There shouldn't even be 1% of a doubt in your mind. And if there is, you need to get rid of that ASAP, because the more doubts you have, the slower it's going to make your path. Let's say you're just walking, and there's some sort of like a pebble, and that's like 1% of your doubt. If that 1% turns to 10, that pebble becomes a big rock. If that 10 turns to 20, it becomes a boulder. And then like make it big enough, that's a whole fucking hill. So it's like, the more doubts you have, the harder it's going to be to walk that path, because it's not easier to climb the hill and go as it is to just walk, right? If that makes any sense to you, don't have self-doubt. Read books if you have to. Make sure you journal. Make sure you read books. Make sure you socialize with people for your mental health. And that's a big topic I'm going to talk about after. You need to get rid of doubt in any way you can. Get rid of it. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is mental health. I know a lot of guys are going to laugh at me, call me feminine, this and that, but we're humans at the end of the day, and most people don't care about their mental health. They aspire way too much, and when they don't get it, they go into depression, or they have some mental illness that comes through because of just self-hatred, self-doubt. That's when people become suicidal. That's what all these bad things happen. But with mental health, I'll tell you a story about myself. If you have the attention span to listen, I'd love to see what you think in the comment. So I started entrepreneurship when I was 16, summer 2022. I looked at a couple of videos. I saw Iman Gaji's video about social media marketing agency. 2 days in, I made my own agency. I didn't build a website yet because he said, you don't need a website for your agency. You just need to be a freelancer. And then I was like, oh, I don't need a website. So I just got into like agency stuff and just spent my summer fucking off trying to make money for the agency. Didn't work at all. Didn't have a single outreach in the entire summer, right? I just wasted time because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. My whole game plan going into it was I start an agency, hire the Indians and the Pakistani and all the people, make them do all the ads, and I'm just going to chill and do nothing. That's when I was wrong. But now I know I was wrong. Back then I didn't. Then classes started because at that point I just finished junior year of high school, senior year started, and my close friends were like, hey, we want to work with you so we can all make money. I was like, I bet. My company, my vision, my dreams. But I took a 75% pay cut because I had 3 other friends that wanted to join, so it was a 25% each. It was 100% for me before, but now it's 25% each. And I was willing to do that because I cared about my friends. Another mistake. Not caring about your friends, but working with people you've never worked with before, that's another mistake right there. And because I've never worked with them, I try to be as respectful, as polite, try to set boundaries and that like you would when you're trying to work with somebody new. And it just didn't work. We were just fucking around every time we met, and we just didn't get shit done. That's when I realized a couple months after, I was like, what the fuck are we doing? And by the point that I realized this, we had an LLC we paid for. Our dumbasses paid for EIN when that shit is completely free at irs.gov. But we paid extra for that, and we had to do all these business structures to cause a business. I was like, brother, we have LLC and EIN, but we don't even know what we're doing with this business. That realization happened around January of 2023. I was still in high school, and I was distracted at that point because high school, senior year, a lot of parties, a lot of friends, a lot of doing dumb shit. Just got distracting. So business was on the back end. I wasn't worried about the future at the moment. Then high school ended, and I was like, holy shit, what am I doing with my life? Because I want to have money, and I already failed a business. It's been almost a whole year now. It's like 11 months, almost a whole year, and I still haven't made a single penny online. So then I was like, you know what? Let me look at some business models. Let me see what I can do. Then I was just researching. Dropshipping didn't even come to my mind at that point. I'm going to be honest. I was kind of retarded. But I saw OnlyFans management, right? And I was like, you know what? Shit, let me try this. Because think about it logically. Every man's kind of horny enough to buy shit if you're attractive enough. So I was like, let me try this shit. I could probably make a lot of money. Tried it. I repeated a mistake of mine, got a friend on it, and now it's a 2-man team, so 50-50. Actually, no, this time I didn't do 50-50. This time I was 70, he was 30, because I was like, it's my idea, my execution. You're just helping me, so you're only getting 30%. So I did that. At that point in time, I was like, oh, I'm not taking a pay cut. I learned something from my last failure. I was doing the same shit. I was bringing people in when I didn't have to. So I was making mistakes there. And then that thing flopped. And he has a girlfriend, by the way. So he was like, and he's Christian. So he was like, bro, I can't do this. I don't feel comfortable enough to do it. And surprisingly enough, that's when I started believing in God, was because randomly overnight, I was just guilty. I was like, what am I doing? This is not right. Even though you're making money, this is not the right way to go about it. And that's when I picked up holy books and started reading them. And I was like, holy shit, this is wrong. So I completely shut that down. Didn't make a single penny. And, well, a little bit of money, but nothing where I can say it's crazy. It was literally under $1,000. So I'm not even going to consider that money. But and after that, I was back on like, what am I doing? And then a couple of months went by. I was thinking of doing YouTube automation, but didn't do it because I was just thinking. I wasn't doing shit. And then beginning of 2024 happened. January ended, and I saw a video on YouTube, and that video was about day in the life of a future millionaire dropshipper. So I was like, holy shit, let me watch this, because I was so desperate. And by this time, my parents were out of country. The whole family was out of country. I was the only one here, and I had the whole house to myself. So I was just studying dropshipping. And then I was studying dropshipping at that point in time. Then I decided to take action this time, unlike the last couple times I was just watching shit. So I made the same mistake again, brought a new friend in, and this time though I was like, hey, I'll teach you dropshipping because you're my boy. Let's make money, but we'll do our own separate stores. So we were on cahoots about doing it, but we're gonna be a duo. We're just gonna make money together, level up together. You do your store, I'll do my store. We'll do separate shit. And then he was like, I bet. So we started doing that, and we didn't know what we were doing. My first ever dropshipping product was a fucking desktop vacuum cleaner, and I was so stupid thinking about it. I was like, who the fuck buys a desktop vacuum cleaner? And then I didn't realize it then, but now, like, who buys this shit? Then my second product, what was my second product? Like a dish scrubber thing. That was kind of cool. I just didn't know how to make good videos for it at that point. It was my second product. I had a sunset lamp, but sunset lamps, like, it's a showcase product. And unless the showcase itself is good, it's not going to convert, right? I'm not saying these lamps don't convert. It depends what audience you're hitting. But if you're showcasing and it doesn't look good, your background's not good, your aesthetics are not good, it's not going to sell. That's the thing with showcase products. Your background is the one that really, really, really gets people to buy it or not. Because if you have a shitty wall with a bunch of posters and shit, I'm talking about, like, let's say you're middle schooler or high school with, like, posters, football teams, athletes, shoes, this and that, like those posters on the wall, it's not going to convert because your wall is already, like, occupied. Whereas let's say you had, like, white walls with plants, greenery here and there, white cabinets or some shit, stuff like that, and you show the light beam hitting that area and you record it, it will convert because it's aesthetically pleasing. And I know most of y'all, if you're a dropshipper, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not, you can just scroll on TikTok and you'll see the videos I'm talking about if you just search up lamps or something. But yeah, didn't know how to market any of my products until I was just fed up enough, and I said, you know what, let me start looking at what other YouTubers are doing, because at this point I was just doing everything myself without even looking at any YouTubers for advice. The first ever dropshipping YouTuber I watched was Michael Bernstein, and the only fucking thing he said was, you gotta join my mentorship and I'll teach you. And I was watching Mikey again because Mikey was apparently like a student at that time, and then I was like, what does he do? And then I was just looking, I was like, bro, both of these people are not helpful and they're just trying to make money off of me on a course. And I was curious how much the course was. I'm pretty sure that shit was like $3,000-$4,000. I'm like, brother, I'm already broke. You think I'm gonna spend $3,000-$4,000 for someone to teach me shit and watch it be like 99%? It's the mindset, bro. It's the no, I'm not gonna fucking do that. So I was like, clearly all these motherfuckers want to make money off of me, so the best thing I can do is actually do it myself and watch, like, some YouTubers and learn, like, try to decipher the message that they send. Because most YouTubers, dropshipping YouTubers, what they do is they send you a loaded answer, and you really have to be smart enough to decipher what they say. I'm not saying they don't give you like good information, because some of them really do, but they put it, the way they say it really tricks the masses into, like, thinking of something different. It's like, let's say you want to hear someone say, hey, product research 1 hour a day. They will say, oh, product research is the most important thing that you need to do. Don't record videos. No, simplest way you can hear product research, at least 1 or 2 couple hours a day, stuff like that. Well, that's a bad example, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. They say something and it's a full-on paragraph, but all they need to say is a sentence, and most people can't decipher that and they give up because it doesn't work. I haven't heard a single YouTuber yet talking about warming up your account properly, because that's what I struggled on the most. And sometimes I'm still like, how am I warming it up? Am I doing something wrong? That's like the only thing I struggle on sometimes, is just warming up accounts. But I'm still like understanding majority of the stuff, also because I've been in the game for a year now. But organic is always changing, so you don't want to be that one guy that gets left behind. That's why you always need to be doing like a TikTok burner or Instagram burner. And you should always look on YouTube for other stuff, or sorry, not YouTube, for AliExpress, Temu, stuff like that, actual suppliers for stuff. And by the time that you become a good dropshipper, you automate stuff, you'll find a supplier very easily. Like, what I mean by that is, let's say you found your first product and you think it's a winner and you start marketing it, and then people actually ask for it. Then you're like, okay, let me make a website. When you make a website, then you're like, okay, where do I get the product from? First thing I recommend, if you're new, just find photos of the product, write a good product bio description, this and that, and find a supplier, AliExpress, and have a spreadsheet. So every time you get an order, just manually do it for the first couple orders, maybe like first 10, 20, 100, depends how much time you have. And then get something like Zendrop or CJ Dropshipping, or not, do not get CJ. Get Zendrop or AutoDS, one or the other. I would highly recommend Zendrop. And they will find the supplier for you to sell here, or where here as in America, or wherever you're at, because they're the 3PL and the middleman, so that's their duty. So you could just do that, automate the process. All you really have to do is record videos, and everything else will be taken care of. Simple stuff like that. But most people don't even tell you about how to warm up accounts properly, so it's really hard to know who who you can trust and who you can't trust. There's guys making like 20K a month or 50K a month, 100K, and I know there's guys that are making M's a month doing the same exact shit. So I'm definitely not in their level yet, but at least the way I can relate to you is that I've been in your place before, and I understand your frustration with all this. And I can assure you, if you don't give up, if you have the mentality, hey, I'm gonna keep doing this until I see success. If you actually have that mentality and you don't give up and you keep going, I promise you, and I mean it when I say I promise you, you'll find success one way or another. Because if I just gave up, I would have never got my first sale. If I just gave up, I would have never got my 10th sale. If I gave up, I would have never got my 100th sale. But that's because I never gave up. If you want to believe it or not, my first ever dropshipping sale, it took me about 7 months, or 7 or 8 months to get my first ever dropshipping sale, from January till now. And once I got a couple more sales going, that's when I started this channel, and then I've just been talking to y'all about it. But it took me that long to get my first sale. And some people can get it their first week, some people can get it their first day, some people get it in their first year. It's different for everyone because God has planned your time differently than He has for other people. So don't think you're behind because you aren't making as much as other people now. Because I guarantee you, like right now, there's probably people making less than me. And in a year, they might be making twice the amount I'm making. Or there's people that are making more than me. Give or take a year from now, I'm probably going to be making more than them. So everyone has their own time. You just have to be patient and just be consistent and stay in this game. You will just keep understanding more. The more you fail, the more you learn. And I assure you, like I said, you stay here, you're gonna see results. But if you give up, let's say 2 months in, 3 months in, I can't promise you anything after that. But that'll be it for today's video. I think I've yapped for maybe like 20 minutes now, but it's because I really do care about all y'all, and I really wish that people take my advice, stay consistent, and actually grow as individuals, because there's nothing better than spreading good on this world. That's what I believe. That's what my God teaches me to do. So there's nothing better than to spread love, positivity, kindness, and knowledge into this world. And that's what I'm doing. So I wish you all the best. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. That really means a lot to me. If you disagree with anything that I have to say, or if you have anything you want to add on to, ask questions, you can always shoot it in the comments, or shoot me some DMs if you want to just chat with me. I always reply to everyone. But here's the thing. I only reply to people that follow me, because if you're not following me, then why am I replying to you? But that's also because I'm trying to grow my Instagram. I'll try to keep things transparent with people, because I wish people were transparent enough with me when I was in your position. So that's that. You have a great rest of your day. It's been your boy. It's been a pleasure. Have a good night.
Last night, I came to a realization, and I hope you can take it. I hope you can take it all. I'm too good to you.